we are still on EPL game week 10. Now this one is a Manchester derby. It will be played on Sunday at exactly 6:30. Manchester derby, of course, this one is a big game. Manchester United will be at Old Trafford welcoming Manchester City. Now, these two teams, they have played 52 in their last 52 matches. Manchester United has had 25 wins. Man City has had 18 wins. Now, they have drawn 9. Home wins, Manchester United has had 12. Man City, 10. And away wins, Manchester United has had 13. Man City, 8. Now, right now we are talking of form. Manchester United are not on. Okay, they're winning, but not convincingly. You understand what I'm saying, right?
I get you.
This season, Manchester United are at position 8, Man City at position 2. United has won 5, City has won 7. United has lost 4 so far, Man City has lost 2. So, which means coming into this match, there are many facts to be considered.
Correct. So, Manchester derby, talk of derbies, we have 2 derbies, Manchester derby, and of course in La Liga we have the Elclasico derby. So, straight to this. So, Pogba has just broken down the statistics regarding this fixture. So, I think let's start with this one. The best way to approach it will be, let's rewind and go back to the last 3 or 4 games which these 2 teams have played. So, in the last 3 or 4 games, we've seen Manchester City losing twice in a row. We've seen them lose against Wolves, and we saw them lose against Newcastle.
Arsenal.
And again, we saw them lose against Arsenal. Within the same time frame, Manchester United has been picking up. Within that same time frame, Manchester United has won against Sheffield, where man of the match was Maguire, right? Within the same time frame, Manchester United has also won another game.
Brentford
has also won against Brentford, right?
Courtesy of McTominay.
Within the same time frame, Manchester United in the Champions League won by a goal courtesy of Maguire once again, and a super save from the penalty courtesy of
best keeper in the world,
Onana. On the other hand, Man City made their comeback in the Premier League from their losses with Brighton. Yes. They faced Brighton, and Haaland was resurrected. The resurrected Haaland scored a goal together with Julian Alvarez. The match ended 2-1.
Although in that game, who is it? Ake. Ake got a red card.
Yes.
And Brighton were making a comeback.
So speaking of Ake getting a red card, that is automatic, as we will be telling you as we progress. That definitely means that Ake will be missing this derby. So they made a comeback with Brighton, winning 2-1, Haaland coming back. Then we progressed to the Champions League, whereby they faced which team, Pogba?
They faced...
So, Man City played a match whereby they ended up
against Young Boys,
winning. You remember, you're forgetting the Young Boys. They won by 3 goals to 1. And once again, guess what? The resurrected Haaland scored a brace.
By the way, he scored a penalty, and the second goal was magnificent.
Of course, then your guy, was it Akanji? Akanji was also on the score sheet. He scored. Ake.
The same red-carded
man. The same red-carded man.
Yeah.
Ake was on the score sheet. So the match ended?
3-1.
3-1 in favor of Man City. So the 2 Manchester teams are coming into this derby enjoying, at least, we can say right now that both teams are on a place whereby they have started winning their matches. The only issue is that Man City are position 2, Man United are position 8. So let's talk, Pogba, about the injury concerns. Currently, Man City, I think the only injury concern currently is only De Bruyne. Then with Ake, who will be missing the match. What about Manchester United?
Manchester, we have a couple. Martinez out. Wan-Bissaka, he was on training, but we don't know. There's still no news. He has not been included even on the bench players. Casemiro, not yet confirmed.
Casemiro was back in training. I saw him in training yesterday. So chances are Casemiro will be back. Remember, he didn't play in the Champions League, or he couldn't play in the Champions League because of the red card which he had.
Yeah.
But chances are he will make a comeback. Of course, people like Talia Malashi are still out.
Yeah, they're still out. So we have a couple of injuries.
Butcherman
out.
Out, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in terms of injury concerns, those are the concerned injuries. So to the build-up of the match, Pogba. Currently, as these two teams are going to meet, the last time they met last season, we all remember both teams won their home matches, by the way, last season. Man City won their home match with a wonderful record of Haaland scoring. In fact, in that derby last season, because it started at Etihad, Man City won by 6-3. Haaland scored a hat-trick, and Foden also scored a hat-trick. That was the game whereby who was coming to your salvation? Somebody from your side scored a brace. Who was the score sheet? Martial. I remember Martial coming back with a brace. So then when we came to Old Trafford, Pogba, can you remind the viewers how did the game go at Old Trafford?
We won that game by 2-1.
Just tell them how you won, because it was not just winning. You guys made a comeback.
Yes, Grealish scored, and was it
Grealish?
From there we came back. I remember Rashford scored the winner with an assist from Garnacho. The first goal was scored by
Bruno Fernandes, I think.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, which it was a bit controversial, but 2-1 it was at full time.
So the big question now is, as the two teams meet in Manchester United, the question is, who wants it more? Is it Manchester United, a team that right now they feel like they have been winning and they want to continue their winning streak? Or is it Manchester City, a team that is actually right now chasing the pack, their position 2, they want to overthrow Tottenham from that position? Bearing in mind that if Manchester City loses to Manchester United this weekend in this derby, they could easily slide from position 2 to position 5. Easily. That is if Aston Villa win their match with a goal difference of 3. If Aston Villa wins with more than 3, possible. Man City loses to Manchester United, we are seeing a possibility of seeing Manchester City dropping to position 5. That is in assumption that Liverpool wins their match, Tottenham wins their match, and Arsenal wins their match. If that happens, Man City will drop from position 2 to position 5. You understand? Then on the flip side, looking at Manchester United, if they lose to Man City, they could easily drop from position 8 to position 11 or 12. That is if Chelsea wins their match and if Brentford also win their match. So, tricky situation here. So Pogba,
and Chelsea are meeting Brentford.
A crazy game. It's a difficult fixture. Yeah? By the way, you guys remember the tie between Chelsea and Manchester United. So Chelsea needs to win this early kickoff if Manchester United wants to have good luck.
Yeah, but it's true. You either draw or win. Us, we will draw or win. Last time we won because you guys you just made a mistake. That game, Arsenal, they already lost. It was just a matter of just maintain it to 90 minutes. You didn't. You lost concentration. But the goals, of course, it was meant for you to win. So definitely Manchester won. Big up to Manchester, they won it. So Pogba, let's go straight to this thing. In terms of organization-wise, the team strength, who do you think is mostly... Let's look at the midfield of these two teams. Which midfield do you think has more power? Man City.
So as you mentioned, I need you to give me the midfielders of Manchester City vis-a-vis Manchester United midfielders.
Well, I cannot be sure because Ten Hag always comes up. I think he's trying to find the perfect partnership in the midfield, which so far he has not been successful.
So give us your dream midfield which you would want to face Man City this weekend.
Well, not a dream, but I feel like he might go with Casemiro, Bruno, and McTominay. That's according to the current form.
No. By then, Mason Mount is he's nearing to come back also, right?
Definitely.
He's nearing to come back. So you're going with Casemiro?
Bruno, and this guy, Scott McTominay.
Eriksen of late has been performing well. In the Champions League, he was your man of the match.
Yes, but from the bench. He's a game changer.
He's a game changer. So they are actually facing a midfield in Man City of who and who?
Rodri,
Bernardo, and
who else?
It's crazy. So also in Man City, the midfield is a little bit bit complex. It can be changed anytime, but Man City is Man City. Of course, now if we look at the front line in terms of the attackers, we have Julian Alvarez and Haaland. Vis-a-vis, of course, on the other hand, we have Hojland maybe, and let's say Rashford.
And
Anthony on the other flank. Hey, Anthony is going to meet his match. A boy from Belgium called Doku the dancer.
Actually, Doku will have Dalot, so Dalot is going to have a problem.
So tomorrow, on Sunday, we will be seeing two great players when it comes to making runs and giving us that dribbling. That's Doku and Anthony. So let's see who does it better. Of late, Doku has been performing well and providing assists here and there for Man City. So I think that's what we have to say about that in the build-up to that match. So does Ten Hag have a history with this guy, Pep?
Yeah, they were both at Bayern.
So it's a tie of the Titans. So Pogba, as we head on to the finale, this derby. Of course, this derby is not very important because it's not going to decide who's going to win the league or anything of the sort, but just the bragging rights of who runs Manchester United streets, the United streets. So I'll let Pogba tell us what he thinks about the game. What do you think? Or should we shoot straight to the predictions?
Okay, when it comes to a derby, it doesn't matter the form of the other team or the other team. When this team comes together, of course, it's normally on the field, it's played on the field. Both coaches they tend to come up with strategies. But on this fixture, I think the home teams have been dominating so far, irregardless of the form which both of them have had. We've seen that in the previous seasons where I remember Man City were 23 games unbeaten, coming to face a Manchester United that was struggling. Manchester United won that game by 2-0. We don't know how that happened. Last season, Man City won 6-3, and of course we expected much more goals coming to Old Trafford, but United won by 2-1. Although one thing is constant, City always dominates this game.
Yeah, sure.
And since Ten Hag is a man who likes to do his research, he always says that in his press conference, and he knows he's going to play Man City, so we expect a different result from Sunday's game. So this one, I might go with 2-2 or 2-1 in favor of Manchester United. Why am I saying this? Because at home, it seems like the rules kind of change. I don't know if but it's a bit arguably and controversial. I feel like the home team is always favored. I've watched matches and I feel like the home team is always favored at some point. But anyway, that's just a by the way. So I'm going 2-1 in favor of Manchester United.
Pogba just gave Manchester United a win of 2-1. So as per his theory, that's his theory, guys. So don't worry. So for me, these are my honest opinion about this match. Man City are always playing well and they seem to be back. The only worry I have about Manchester United is that Haaland is back to his scoring ways. And when Haaland is back to his scoring ways, it's always bad news for the opponents. So that not held with constant, I feel like it's going to be a brilliant game. For the first time, I feel like your guy, Hojland, is going to get his first Premier League goal, at least. He will be on the score sheet in this match. But having said that also, I feel like Man City will dominate the match and they will also win the match. The match will end by 4-1. Haaland will be on the score sheet again and they do whatever they do best. So I'm going with Man City to win. Though as a fan of my team, I would have really wished for a draw, but it's crazy. Man City have picked up and so guys, as I've told you, the match will end 4-1 in favor of Man City. So
Yeah.
talking of derbies, we have another derby, of course. We call it the Elclasico. Barcelona will be facing Real Madrid, of course. These two teams are coming up in this derby, both of them leading in their table in the Champions League. Man City, no, okay. Real has 9 points, of course, same as Man City, and also Barca has 9 points. So last weekend, Real Madrid dropped points. They drew, and which made them to drop points. Barcelona won, which made them to catch up with Real. They are 1 point behind Real Madrid. So Pogba, as we are heading to this derby, remember currently this derby, we will be having the likes of Cancelo, we'll be having the likes of João Felix back. So talk to me, what do you think about this Elclasico derby?
Well, I feel before the Elclasico, Jude, there were some rumors he might not be. He confirmed he will be there.
Yes.
And then there was some doubts with Rafinha.
Yeah, these are but Rafinha might play. Might play.
João
Felix will play.
Will play.
Yes.
Lewandowski.
There's a doubt with Lewandowski, but it's dependent on how he trains today on Friday. If he trains well, he will be able to play.
So there are some disadvantage. There are some doubts in the Barcelona squad. Yeah. So this one, where will be the match? At Camp Nou or Santiago?
I think we will be playing at Santiago.
If it's Santiago, I'm going with Real Madrid to win this game by 2-1.
The last 4 El Clasicos, Barcelona has been dominant, of course. We remember when they won 4-0 against Real Madrid. But of course, Real Madrid, they're the kings of El Clasico. But regardless of that, it's a very key game in terms of who will actually top the league after this game. So if Barcelona wins, they go on top of Real Madrid. If Real Madrid wins, they extend their lead on top of the table. So the biggest question is, which side are you on? Who do you think will win this El Clasico derby? Bearing in mind that Cancelo is a man on form in Barcelona.
This one, I'm going with Real Madrid 2-1.
Real to win 2-1. Because of the injury concerns of Barcelona and everything remaining constant, I feel like this will be a brilliant game. Jude Bellingham, a boy in form, the guy has scored 12 goals so far in all competition and 2 assists. So he's a man on form. So he might be on the score sheet to score, because this will be his first El Clasico ever. So all the best. Hopefully he scores to make his name in the El Clasico. But having said that, I'm going with a 2-2 draw in this El Clasico. So we are ready for the El Clasico. El Clasico will be played on Saturday. So please keep it the Gatekeepers TV for the results. Definitely. So as we told you, we are available where again? Amazon, Spotify, and almost everywhere. Basically across all media and across all podcast platforms. Find us there. Remember to subscribe and share our content across board.